All right.
Please start.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Very nice to have all of you who are in the Zoom or who are seeing the live from the Facebook. Saying thank you so much for joining this conversation together. My name is Linka. I'm calling from UNDP Asia Pacific office. I'm working in a initiative called Youth Collab, led by UNDP and CT Foundation. So today we have four amazing young change makers, innovators, movers with us in this conversation. And the theme of this panel is be the change that you want to see. So, right, so we were going to learn a little bit more about them with this conversation. So without further ado, let me invite all of them to the stage. But for this conversation, we have this rule. So each time we will going to decide who will start to answer the question first based on our geographical knowledge. So how does it work? So we have four panelists from four different countries, right? So for the first one, self-introduction, let's start from the countries who is located on from the west side to the east side. So in this sequence, I'm gonna invite Shelly to start the self-introduction first. So Shelly, please tell us your name, which city you're calling from, and something more about yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shelly, and I'm calling from Gurgaon. I work with Niti Aayog as an innovation lead, but right now I'm not in the office. We're working from home. And I'm also a social entrepreneur. I have a startup to create awareness and to create an online impact community for SDGs. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Shelly.
you.
So let's move eastward. We will come to Lameya. Over to you. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Linka. Hello, this is Lameya. I'm calling from Dhaka, Bangladesh, and I am recently doing my post graduation from Jahangirnagar University. Along with it, I'm working as a facilitator, human mover from of Movers program, and also project coordinator of UN Foundation for the Dhaka Vidyananda project. Thank you. Over to you, Linka.
Thank you so much, Lameya. And then let's move a little bit more east. Let's move to Chakriya.
Yes, hello everyone. First, I would like to thank to Sister Linka, Brother Dinglong, and everyone here for giving me this special opportunity. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce myself. I'm Chakriya. I'm 20. I'm a mover. I'm a mover from Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and currently I'm a team member in Asian Youth Organization of Cambodia, and I also a social volunteer in Cambodia as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chakriya. Love your energy as always. All right, last but not least, we have Kate.
Hello, everyone. So thank you very much for having me here. And you can call me Kate. I'm calling from the office in Kunming, China. So very close to India, Cambodia, and Bangladesh. And I currently working in Yamu Technology, which is incorporate that focusing on youth development. So does anybody know about us? You can type in the chat box, maybe. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Kate. And Yes, welcome all of the panelists into this conversation. A little bit more of the background of yourself. Hopefully, through this conversation, apart from learning about all these four amazing young leaders, we get to know a little bit more about each other among the audience as well. So I'm gonna just start ahead with my first question. I'm really personally very proud of this first question. And make a wish to a genie in, you know, the lamp of Aladdin. And how would you make a wish to young people from your community?
Hello, can start from me?
Right. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
We can go.
Yes. Okay, so if I can, I wish all the young people in my community and also the young people around the world, they overcome their fear and have the solidarity to start taking action in order to have their community and to preserve our world and make our world to be more better. This is what I always wish. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Chakriya. Yes. Be brave and be able to do things that we want. That's amazing wish. So since you started, let's move the other way around. Let's start from the countries has the smallest population to the largest. So then in this case, we will go to Lameya.
Okay, if I get to wish to Aladdin genie, then I will wish that young people from my community should know when or how to raise their voice against which violence or against which situation. Because what I have seen in past few years of my own experience while working with community, I have seen a lot of people facing trouble, violence, or issues in their regular life on regular basis, but they're not raising voice because of some of them are thinking like girls shouldn't raise their voice up to some context. A few people are thinking like I don't have enough power or money, so I shouldn't raise my voice because I will not be able to continue this later. So yeah, this is what I want, that all the people around the world, not only from my community, should understand their own right, and they should get that power in themselves, that energy into themselves, so that they raise their voice whenever they need. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Lamia. You know, to be able to speak up, to share, and be able to express themselves is something that you wish for young people in your community, right? So then let's move to Shelly.
Hi. So my wish would be, so I would like to quote Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, our first law minister of the country. So he said, educate, agitate, organize, the three tools to take action. So that would be my wish for the youth, that educate, agitate, organize for the SDGs.
Whoa, love it. Very, very deep with layers.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
And then let's hear from Kate.
Okay, so the community that I want to represent is maybe where I'm from, Yunnan province. And as some of you may know, that there is still a lot of underdeveloped areas in Yunnan province, and children who live there are, lacking of quality education, and most of them would spending their maybe whole life in just one place. So my wish would be like every teenager in the underdeveloped areas would have a chance to go abroad to see the rest of the world, to experience like different cultures and to find these differences by themselves. So I believe these kind of memories will last forever. So that's my wish.
Great. That's amazing. I guess just to quickly summarize all the wish coming from all four of you is, to have courage, to be brave enough, to broaden our horizon, to be able to see the bigger picture, to see the bigger world, to take actions, to be able to feel they're empowered and encouraged. So with this kind of wish, and given that all four of you have engaged with the Movers program, I'm going to ask four of you to share a little bit more about your understanding of how does the Movers program work. So you can share based on either you start your personal experience or based on your understanding, how does it, what was your interactions with the Movers program? So imagine the audience has no clue what is Movers program, first time they've heard of this word. All right. So so with this time, well, we can start from, let's start from the north to the south. It's going to be very challenging from our geographical knowledge. So I would say that Kate is probably the person sitting at the most north among us all. So let's start from you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So I think I have been interested in sustainable development since I was in college. I have participated in a lot of activities. So I joined the Movers workshop facilitated by Linka for the first time in May, I think, in May. And after that, I registered as a mover after a few weeks. As I mentioned before, YAMU is now doing things related to youth development. And I was trying to find connections between what I was doing and the SDGs. So one day, an idea just came to me that why not facilitate a YAMU Movers workshop? So yeah, with the support of Linka and my boss, I decided to act as a facilitator. Yeah. So that's pretty much about my story.
Right, great. Thank you so much. All right, so let's move a little bit south. I would say, if I understand correctly, it would be Lameya, who's based in Dhaka, who is a bit north compared to where Shirley is calling from.
So much confusion about north and south here. Anyway, so if I talk about Movers program, then what I get to know about Movers program when I first time I heard about Movers program, that is, this is a volunteering program that engage and mobilize youth across Asia Pacific. Okay, sounds cool. So to me, it is actually a quarantine blessing. Okay, so one fine morning I found that, okay, I got something to do, to be busy for next 2 days. And yeah, then I joined Movers program, one workshop organized by two movers from Bangladesh. And then I decided, okay, so now I can be busy doing this repeatedly. And then this is how I started my Movers journey. So yeah, Movers program is basically a program that organize a workshop, facilitate workshop regarding UN Sustainable Development Goals and social entrepreneurship to mobilize and create awareness among young people like me, like other people present here, to make them realize that sustainable development goals are important for all of us. And if we want a better future, then we need to work together for this. That's all from my side about Movers program.
Right. Thank you so much. So Kay started with her passion of SDGs. Lameya started with, well, I guess COVID-19 was one of the elements, but then also, she was curious, she was passionate to see what's going on and also eager to connect with other young people. All right, let's hear from Shelly.
Okay. So there are two parts to it. That why interested in movers, and then how did the movers workshop happen? So Martin Luther. So I'm again quoting a leader, a genius. He said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So I belong to a community, a Dalit community in India. And despite having economic privilege, I have seen and experienced casteism in modern spaces, and also untouchability. It has been abolished, but it's still very much alive. So that was something that actually pushed me to have some representation as a Dalit woman. Now, where I am working currently in NITI, so we're doing a program called the Atal Community Innovation Centers, wherein we're trying to establish a pre-incubation ecosystem. We're trying to create pre-incubation ecosystem in the underserved regions of the country. So while doing that, we got in touch with Sneha because UNDP already has a youth collab program. So and they are already doing a movers workshop. So we were thinking of creating an awareness program as part of those innovation centers. So that's how Sneha introduced us to the Movers Workshop. Then I attended my first Movers Workshop with facilitated by Linka Jinlong and Sneha too. And then the workshop was amazing. So we learned about SDGs, how they are interconnected, how the interlinkages between the SDGs. Then we were also, we were sent to breakout rooms. We had group discussions among the participants where we got inspired by what other participants have been doing in their fields, what SDGs are they passionate about, what actions they've taken. Then we were also educated about entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship. And then we also discussed about what entrepreneurial inspirations do the participants have. And then we were asked to pick 3 SDGs that are most close to us. And during that workshop, I realized that there are 2 SDGs that are constant, but the third one keeps changing or shifting. Sometimes you feel more passionate towards inequality, or sometimes you feel more passionate towards climate change. Yes, and then also the most important part was that we were asked to commit 3 actions that we would take. That's like a framework of how the Movers Workshop works. And then I also got an opportunity to facilitate a Movers Workshop for the UN volunteers in India. So that was amazing. That was a great experience. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much, Shirley. That's a very thorough explanation of your experience. And I hope that by this time, whoever is listening from the Zoom or from the Facebook Live, you are started to wondering or curious about what is this Movers program. So our colleague will post the link for you to get more reference and understanding. So you can feel free to check on the link that is shared in the Facebook comment or in the Zoom chat box. All right, and also with that, I would also want to acknowledge and thank the host of this Movers on Stage panel, UNDP India, in partnership with our colleagues UNDP in Bangladesh, in China, and in Cambodia. All right, so thank you so much again, Shelly. Now let's move to Chakriya.
Yes, hello again, everyone. Actually, I have known Mover program by my teammate, and I also inspired to join in the Mover program by Sister Linka and Brother Ding Long. So I really thanks to you. So for me, the process that Mover program work for me is that the Mover program works by encouraging and mobilizing the youth from many different countries to join in the Mover workshop in their community. Like me, I joined in the Mover workshop in the community when my teammate from Asian Youth Organization Cambodia, she conducted her first workshop in Takeo province. So after I joined in the workshop, I become aspiring mover, and the mover program also provide the best support for me to conduct my first mover workshop in my community. So I decided to join and to conduct my first mover workshop in my community. And as I know that joining in the mover program, it will bring me to meet many awesome fellow mover, and also getting the opportunity to learn about the SDG and social entrepreneurship as well. So I think that it is the great moment of my life to join with the mover program. Yes, and I really appreciate how all the people in the Mover program try to inspire me and other youth to join and to raise the awareness about SDG and social entrepreneurship. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chakriya. And I have to say that looking at how much you've grown throughout this whole journey, I'm really proud of you. So actually, I'm gonna just go back to you again for the next question. And for the next question, the sequence won't be depends on the geographic location. The sequence will be based on your age. I won't reveal it, but I'm gonna, unless you want to, but I'm gonna call you based on my understanding of your age. So I'm gonna go to you, Chakriya, because I know that you are the youngest among all. And I also think that all four of us, of you, represent amazing different groups of young people at different stages. We have Chakriya in university, with Lameya just graduate, we have Kate coming from youth development organizations, we have Shelly from more public sectors and innovations. So all four of you can definitely present and help share stories that are relatable for our audience. So with that, let me just go to Chakriya. So when you reflect a little bit about your past journey with the Movers program, what kind of the biggest transformations that you observe of yourself, and or what kind of like aha moment or realizations that you have during the Movers workshop? Chakriya, you need to unmute.
Yes. Thank you, Sister Linka, for this question and give me this special opportunity. So the first things, I realized related to myself is that I feel I have improved a lot. Actually, I was a girl who always shy to speak to the new people, especially English. I think I'm not very good at English. But after I decided to conduct my first mover workshop in my community, I have completely changed myself. I become aware to speak to the new people more and more day by day, and I also improve my collaboration skill. Like I have to collaborate with my team to conduct our mover workshop. Like the first day I conduct SDG, and the second day my teammate he conduct about entrepreneurship. So also another skills such as communication skill, public speaking skill, facilitation skill, and management skill, and many other skills. I think I have improved a lot. And for the second, after I got many inspiration from the fellowship from the fellow mover with the understanding deeper about SDG, I realized that I should start to take action. I should use my potential, my strengths to have in addressing the SDG as a youth. And however, I cannot start from the big thing, but I can start from small things. I can start from taking small action with my big heart, and I can move forward with my high commitment. And I believe in myself that I can do it. And I also strongly believe that other youth in Cambodia and around the world, we can do it the same as me. So this is what I always believe and what I always think and get from the Mover program. Yes.
Thank you so much. Amazing that you mentioned so many skills that you've learned, that you started to pick up during the whole process, and always very inspired by your mental model, your mindset. You keep telling yourself that you should try it, you should take actions, that you can do it. Definitely that you are the role model for young people in your age. All right, so I think let's move to the second youngest. Let's move to Lameya.
Okay, so back again. If I talk about transformation or realization that I had, previously I have mentioned that I have started my movers journey during this quarantine. It was a quarantine blessing that time. So yeah, it was a little bit different for me because I was passing lazy days. So I had some mental breakdown due to this COVID-19 lockdown and all. So it was really tough for me when I organized my first movers workshop because I conducted the whole movers workshop all by myself. I kept saying to Linka and Dean Am I able to do it somehow? What will happen if I do something wrong, and what's going to happen? I was so nervous. I was so stressed. I couldn't sleep the day before my workshop. I still remember. I was worrying about how will I represent, what will I say, what if I make any mess, and all these things. But when I organized my first movers workshop, I could see the transformation into myself. When I went to the mirror, I looked into myself, I felt a little more confident about talking to other people, talking to random people, new people. I also felt that now I'm having time sense, when to start, when to stop, the timing, discipline. These things are coming into myself by all by themselves. Actually, I'm not working on it in a sense directly, but somewhere I'm working on them indirectly, because when we organized the workshop, my first movers workshop was on very odd time, 4 to 5:30 Bangladeshi time, PM, 4 to 5:30 p.m. So most of the people feel sleepy that time. So I had to engage myself more than ever on my first day of movers workshop, so that they don't get sleep. Okay, they don't fall asleep, and this workshop don't go in vain. So yeah, from that experience, I have learned how to talk to new people, how to maintain time when you are planning for something, how to be little confident when you are representing yourself or any organization or your country or your community. So these things I have seen into myself, and then I organized my second movers workshop. It was a cross country movers workshop, because I and Sundar Shrestha, he's from Nepal, we both organized second workshop. That was another challenge for me, because previous one I organized by myself. It was all by myself, so I knew it, what to do, when to do. But when we were collaborating, we had to contact with each other for every single decision, every single changes, and everything. So I learned how to get involved in a teamwork, how to take the lead when it's needed, or how to collaborate or coordinate your teammates. So yes, this is all I have learned through my movers journey. That's all from me. Linka, over to you.
Wow, thank you so much. And I guess many of us here would agree with you. During COVID-19, during lockdown, we are stuck. We're physically stuck in our room with our family. Sometimes, when we can go to school, when we go to work, the family's pressure, the social pressure is less. But then during the lockdown, during quarantine, we have to face social pressure, family pressure all day long. And because we're physically stuck in a tiny room, sometimes, the impact of this to our mental well-being is very, very, it's invisible, but it's there. So I'm really happy that the Movers program give you an opportunity to connect with other young people, and also through you are actually allowing other young people to connect with each other, and also you learn how to collaborate across the country, across the culture, understand each other and learn from each other. So thank you so much for sharing that. So we're going to move on to the third person. For me, they're equally young. I actually have no clue their age, but so I'm just gonna choose the first person based on the alphabetic order. So in that case, let's start from Kate.
Okay. So first of all, I felt like after the workshop, I felt a sense of self-realization. I realized that I can actually influence people around me. So one story here. So I used a picture that has 3 letters on it. Let me find. I'm not sure whether you can see it. It says do something great in the propaganda. So, and after the workshop, I saw a participant using that picture as her album on WeChat, like the album cover. So I feel like a sense of content, she has been inspired. And And of course, I got a deeper understanding about the SDGs. And to be honest, I cannot quite distinguish 3 pillars and 5 pillars in the sustainable development. Well, I changed my role from a listener to a speaker. I have to figure it all out and manage my speech logically so that everyone can understand. And finally, I want to say that I had many concerns at first, but believe me, you will meet fantastic people who are also enthusiastic about making their community a better place. And you will find you are not alone. So yeah, if you are interested, check the checkbox and check the links.
Wow, thank you so much, Kate. So just want to very quickly clarify. So the term "do something great," the Kate that just showed was actually, so it's a slogan. So based on my understanding, in terms of the language and translations. So just want to clarify that. All right. So let's move to Shelly.
Okay, so the biggest transformation for me was that an issue that I'm really passionate about working on, the manual scavenging issue in the country. So I have been talking about it, discussing it, reading upon it since a long time. But after the Movers Workshop, when I committed that this is one of the 3 actions that I would take, it made me push towards taking that action and making that a priority, that okay, I have to spend more time on this. I've committed. So I think that commitment in front of a group of people, group of inspiring people, made me push myself more towards taking action. One more important thing was that the exposure that you get when you talk to such great people who are participating in the Movers Workshop, when they share their stories and what moves them, what they are passionate about, and how are they taking action. It really inspires you, and the ideas that they're working on, it also helps you to generate your own ideas. So that was really great. And as Kate mentioned, that it gives you a feeling that you're not alone in this journey. There are a lot of people out there who you get together during this Movers Workshop, and they make you feel that you're not alone. We're all in this together.
Ooh, thank you so much, Shelly, and 100% agree with you. To be able to actually witness and see how the impact that is creating for other people is very, very important, and also something that's keep us to take more actions, because we were able to see what's the impact that we are creating. So I just want to mention something in particular with Kate and Shelly, because I remember and I noticed that both of them, when they share about both their wish to the young people and both where they're coming from, it's amazing that I can see a bigger group behind them. So with Shelly, with her background, there's a huge group of young people behind her that give her a sense of purpose of why she's doing, being a youth leader. What is she, bring the impact, and what's the purpose? Similar with Kate. So just really want to acknowledge that. So we're going to move on to a bit fun part of this conversation. So we've talked a lot about, our wish to young people, what is the Movers program. And I think another very important element in this conversation is that because all of us are calling from different locations. I'm calling from Bangkok, and then all 4 of you are calling from 4 different countries. So I guess it's very important to connect young people across the region, because for now, a lot of international borders are closed. It's very hard to meet or connect with other people from other countries, other cultural backgrounds. So I'm just gonna take advantage of this chance to allow us to connect a little bit more. So we've prepared a fun session, a surprise session. So each of the panelists will throw a challenging questions to all of us here. So are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Cool. So let's start. All right. So the next one, let's start based on I would say the alphabet. Sorry, not the syllabus of the name of your country. So let's start from the country that has the longest syllabus. In this case, I would say we will start. I can see Lameya's face changed suddenly because she knows she will start the first. Okay, let's start from you, Lameya. All right, I believe that she wants to unmute herself, but suddenly she decided she will. All right, okay, so some technology challenges.
Sorry, internet connection. I couldn't hear you properly and I got disconnected somehow. My video got off. Sorry.
No worries. We will go to the other. We'll go the other way around. So we will start with the countries that has the shortest syllabus. I guess China has only 2 syllabus, so we will start from you.
Okay, me.
So,
Okay. So I got a good one for you. If you can make friends with a celebrity, whom would you choose? Should I answer first or?
yeah, and then you can choose the next person to answer.
Next person. How about Linka?
I thought you want this. You will go first, and I will go next.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would choose Su Dongpo, as he is a poet in Song Dynasty, and he has experienced a lot along his life, and he has been in a very high place with being very close to the emperor, while he also hung out with farmers happily when he was expelled. So I found he was a very incredible, charming person to me. So I think I would be very happy and have a lot of fun with him. And also, a Chinese writer, Lin Yutang, has published a book about him called The Gay Genius. So you can read it if you're interested in Su's life. Yeah, that's my answer.
Okay, I'll go next. So I read a book recently. It's called Principles by Ray Dalio. And after I read the whole book, so it's basically his way of thinking, how he, what is his strategy of his life, his organization's development. So, well, how to say this? I actually find a lot of similarities, not as mature as his way of thinking, but some similarities of how I look at the whole picture of my life, the whole picture of things I'm doing. So I'm always got very interested to speak with people who has this long-term vision. At the same time, be able to break it down into day-to-day actions and operations. So, so Ray Dalio is someone I really want to speak to. I would say that whoever whoever can be summarized as a person who is like philosopher but action takers is someone I really want to have conversation with and be friends with. So well, I will nominate Chakriya to go next.
So the question is if I can make friends with a celebrity, whom I would choose, right?
Yeah.
So I would choose Sister Linka. Actually, she's not the celebrity, but I wish I can meet her. Actually, I often meet her online, but I have never had a chance to meet her in real life. So I wish I could meet Sister Linka in my real life. Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, thank you so much. I hope that our wish.
So for me, Sister Linka, she is so very, yes. So
sorry.
for me, Sister Linka, she's very amazing. Can you hear me?
Yes,
so for
yes.
me, Sister Linka, you are so amazing. You have encouraged me since since I know you, and you always push me to overcome my fear, and you always inspire me to do many things because you know you are so amazing, and I also want to do many things the same as you. So that's why I really want to meet you and make a conversation with you.
Oh, thank you so
Yes.
much. We'd love to meet you in person as well.
So
Let's make the wish, and as you know, in the book, the alchemist say that if we really want something to happen, the whole universe will help us to achieve it.
I
Yeah.
believe that.
Okay, Chakriya, you nominate next person.
I nominate Sister Shelly.
Okay. Can I take two people's names?
Yeah.
Oh, one.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, two.
Okay. So,
I'm generous.
okay. Okay. So the first person is the author of the book Coming Out as a Dalit. So she's also a journalist, and her name is Yashika Dutt. And she basically, in her book, she writes her life journey. It's memoirs of her life, and she writes about how all her life she was hiding her original caste for not getting discriminated against. And but then when a caste discrimination suicide happened in the country, she decided to come out and reveal her identity. So she is one person that I would really want to have a conversation with and be friends with, because I have had a similar experience where for a long part of my life I hid my identity. Um, yeah, so that's one person, Miss Yashika Dutt. And the second would be Shrishti Dikshit. So she's a comedian and she's a content creator. She creates Instagram videos, she creates YouTube videos. Basically, she blends humor and creates videos in the form of sending out a message. So videos like how patriarchy works in our um, in Bollywood songs, and calling out sexism in Bollywood songs, but really adding humor to that. So you also have fun while watching those videos. And she also, includes her. So she has a cat, and she includes her cat in those videos. So I really enjoy her videos, and she's really fun. So yeah, these are the two people that I would want to be friends with.
Yeah.
Next person, please.
Lameya.
Lameya.
I know this is my turn. Okay, so Shelly, the same thing here. I also want to take two names. One is Farhana Muna. A lot of people know her. She is a global advocate who works for gender-based violence and a lot of things. We have seen a lot of videos. She is also a content creator. I really like the content she makes. I want to know. I want to talk to her. I just want to go on a date for a long day, whole day with her, and I just want to know from her that from where she get all this spirit, all these ideas out of all the pressure in her life. She's a single mother. She's doing a job along, doing all of this along with this regular thing. She is managing, creating new content. She is sending messages to our youth, to mass people that violence is not good, or in which situation how to react when people are saying ill words about you, how to reply, when to shout out, a lot of things. So yeah, I want a whole day with her and want to know more about her from her personally. And second thing, the second person, Osama bin Noor. Osama bin Noor, the co-founder of Youth Opportunities. So I really like this guy. He has been, he got the award, Queen Award, and also nominated but 30 under 34 for in South Asia for social entrepreneurship, his entrepreneurship journey, and all these things. So I really want to spend one day with him too, so I get to know how he engaged himself, how he started his journey, how was things when he started, and all these things. So yeah, these two people I really want to date at least for once in my life. That's all from me.
Ooh, very cool.
All equally inspiring. It's amazing to to see that how we always, the people that we chose, that we identify to be friends with, are people who inspires us a lot, and who actually, let us see possibilities of life, that this could happen, that could happen, and also inspire us, to broaden our understanding to the world. So, okay, thank you so much, Kate. Let's move to Shelly, for your surprise question.
Okay. So my question is that if your life was a movie, what would be the soundtracks in that movie? Which soundtracks would you choose to be there in that movie if your life was a movie? And I go first to answer. So, okay. So my favorite song is Believer from by Imagine Dragons. So that's one. But then there's a list of a lot of other songs like Wild Things from Alicia Cara, and also No Scars to Your Beautiful from Alicia Cara. Sorry, I'm Not Sorry from Demi Lovato. So yeah, these are the songs that I would want if my life was a movie. Then these could be the soundtracks in that movie. I nominate Linka.
Right. So my favorite song is called "I Lived" by One Republic. So this song, in the music video, is about someone who suffer from a lung disease. So who is the doctors say that the person won't be able to live to a certain age. So because of that, he lived to the max every day that he is given. So I'm very, very inspired by this story, and I really love the lyrics, because I do a lot of Muay Thai boxing, martial arts, and in the martial art class, our trainer will punch us on purpose because he believes that you need to know how much your body feel about the pain in order to be really confident about yourself, because your body will tell your mind that you can take the pain, you can live through it, you can make it, you can achieve the goal. So that's a very, very important message I've learned from doing martial arts. And I think the lyrics of this song resonates with my belief, because I'm just gonna read out loud. It says that I owned every second that this world could give. I saw many places. I'm about to start to sing. The things that I did, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. So this song inspired me to live the max of my day every day of my life. So yeah, thank you for the nomination. I will nominate next to Kate.
Oh, okay. So, if my life was a movie, the song on the soundtrack would be a Cantonese song by Eason Chen, Salon. It's called Salon, and the lyric depict the ordinary life of everyone. And I think like most of us somehow will live an ordinary life, and it's depict the time when you're getting promotion, when you're getting married, and when you are playing fun with your kids. Just very simple. And you would like to capture these happy moments and share with people around you. And I think the song also remind me to be nice to people around me. So maybe I just want something like that. Yeah, that's all. And I will nominate Chakriya.
Yes, thank you, sister. So if my life was a movie, the songs that actually I don't really watch so many movie, but I think maybe the song that deserves with me is the song "Believe" by his name is Sean, right? This one is a motivational song that it told me that everything is possible. Just believe in yourself. However, you feel a bit hurt, yes, but just believe in yourself. Nothing is impossible. You can do it, and don't be afraid. And yes, so I think this one is very deserved with me. And I really sorry because actually I don't really prefer watching movie or prefer listening music in English. So, but I think this one is the best one for me. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so
Next
I guess
person.
next person is my turn, and yes, I'm the only one who left. Okay, so you people don't laugh because mine one is really a little bit funny. Because let me explain. Because the thing is, I always wanted my life to be like the movie Teresa Mean partially. You can relate, I guess. But I always wanted the song to be All Is Well from Three Idiots movie. Okay, so I want a life where I can do what I want to do. I can be in that place where I want to be. Okay, just like the um, lead actor of Teresa Mean part, that children. And in cases of song, if I choose, my choice is no. I want the movie Teresa Mean part, but along with the song All Is Well from Three Idiots, and along with this All Is Well song. I have two more songs. One is Believer. I listen this song before coming to this station as well. This make me feel so energetic. And along with this, there is another one that is a 500 miles. You guys have heard this song. This song make me feel that I am away from home. The in a symbolic way, I'm away from my goal. I have a long way to go. I have a long way to walk to achieve my goal, to be on that point where I want to be. That's the thing. It's also controversial. I want one song with another movie along with two songs. But yeah, I like this thing.
Great. I think it's really inspiring, surprisingly, that every one of us here, have this theme songs that really inspire us to, like be kind, believe in possibilities of life. That's super. All right, so let's move to the next question. We will give the floor to Chakriya. You need to
Okay. Sorry, I almost forget my question. So my question is, if you could fly, where would you go first? So can start from me. So the place that I want to go first is Paris. Actually, I was when I was a secondary school student, I always dream about going to Paris with my friend, and we stand we want to stand in front of to Eiffel, right? And we want to take photo, and we plan that if we can go there one day, we will take photo and post on social media to to show our friend that right now we are in front of to Eiffel in Paris. So this is the place that I want to go in my life if I could fly. Yes, thank you.
You need to choose next person.
Yes, I almost forget. I choose sister Lameya.
Okay, so if I fly, then I would love to fly to USA. I want to go there and I want to see the life over there because from my childhood, my cousin stays over there in Manadon City. So from him now he shifted in New York. So he used to say me when we talk that here's a life, even it's 4 a.m. Still here's a life. People are so lively here. Things are so different from our country. So yeah, if I get the chance to fly, I want to fly to the USA, and I really want to see how people manage everything over there with so much independence and security and so much lively things. I just really want to experience their lifestyle, their cities, their experience, and all these things.
Who's
Over
next?
to difficult to choose. Over to Kate. Yeah.
Okay. if I could fly, I think I would just stay at home, although Paris very much because I'm super afraid of heights. I think maybe if I could fly, I would fly like very low to wherever I want to go. Like I'm riding a scooter maybe to work or to go hang out with my friend instead of using the public transportation, you know? Yeah. Okay, next go to Shelly.
Okay, so if I could fly, I would go to this tiny village called Chitkul in Kinnaur district of Himachal Pradesh. It's a very isolated village and a very, very beautiful place. I've been there only once and I couldn't spend much time there. So, and there's a river, so there are mountains all around and there's a river flowing in the middle and there are rocks there in which you can sit and just relax. I spent hours just sitting on one of the rocks and just looking at the water and just hearing that sound of the river. So yeah, I would just want to fly and go and spend like days there and just hike around the mountains. Yeah, that's where I would want to go.
Great. I guess that's me then.
Yeah.
So you can fly. I have two wishes. So one is more personal. I haven't been able to go back home for almost half a year. So if I can fly, because of the close of the borders, if I can fly, I really want to go back home to visit my family, my parents, and my loved ones. But then I also have another wish. I guess it's bigger than my personal self. If I can fly, I guess I want to be a photojournalist on climate change, because I think if I can fly, then I will, if I go to a place, then my carbon footprint will reduce so much more. And with that, I can actually take pictures of what's going on, the impact of climate change, what's happening around the world, and raise awareness of this without causing too much carbon footprint and a lot of greenhouse gases. Right, a great question. I guess let's move to Lameya for another surprise question.
What to ask? What to ask? Okay, want to ask two questions. Am I allowed to ask? Okay.
Yes.
So my first question is little serious. That is, we all are introduced with COVID-19 situation, right? We have survived somehow. So I want to know your experience during this lockdown, during this pandemic, how you survived, or how you managed all the obstacles you have faced in last few months during this pandemic. I want to know this. This is the serious part one. Okay, so I want to know from, I have said mine one previously, but I will say once again too. But firstly, I would love to know from Kate. I will choose Kate again. Yes, your turn.
Okay, so when the news just about the pandemic has spread all over, like all kinds of platforms, I was at home and suffering the lockdown as everyone else. But I think because the Yunnan province, the coronavirus has not arrived like very severely in my area. So actually, I was not very panic at that time. But I think the most important part of my life was affected is that my work, and during that time we are working online, and I suddenly find that we have to learn to use this kind of technology, adapt to use these kind of softwares so that we can this is a way for us to cope with this kind of emergency and the situations. And also, I feel like the connections between people are very fragile. And I started to think about the value of myself and what I can do to bonding with others, even if it's online, and maybe to help to make a better community and to raise the awareness of sustainable development. I think the value of my life is a very philosophical question. that I thought about a lot during the lockdown, and I think it's still worth thinking throughout my life and everybody's life. Yeah. And next one, I will choose Shelly.
Okay. So firstly, I would like to mention that I have been suffering from three mental illnesses: depression, anxiety, and PTSD. So getting stuck in a room all day and not being able to go out really affected my mental health in a big way. It was really deteriorating. Um, and in fact, I started taking therapy only in the lockdown because it was getting so much worse that the personal coping mechanisms were not working for me. Um, so yeah, that was really bad because when you go to work, when you go out, you're surrounded by people, your loved ones, your friends, and you meet your family. So it really helps you to to know that you're not alone, and you have people to talk to. But now you only have like a virtual way to talk to people. uh, so and people on the other side of that virtual interface are might also be suffering from a similar mental health problem, and it's really kind of, what do I say, frustrating to not be able to see face to face each other and talk. Now with these kind of mental health problems, that sometimes sometimes you like to have your space and be isolated and not talk to anybody, but then having being forced to do it is a different thing and wanting to like voluntarily isolating yourself is different. So yeah, so that was really a struggle for me. The second thing was that I live with flatmates. I don't live with my family, so I live with flatmates, and so we have a person who comes to help us with the cleaning and cooking at home. But during this lockdown, of course, she was not coming, and rightly so. So then, every day we got into these debates and fights that who would do the brooming, I mean, who would do the jharu at home, and who would do the pocha, who would clean the house, who would clean the dishes, who will cook, and who will get the vegetables and all of those things. So every day it was a debate. So yeah, that was sometimes it was really frustrating, and sometimes it was funny. So we had days when the house was not clean, the dishes were just lying there, just smelling, and then we would all get together and like, okay, we have to do this today. So yeah, it was tough. It is tough, but that's how it is. You need to learn how to not do self harm and take help when needed. So that's also a problem with me, that um, I needed help, but for a long time, I didn't ask for help. I didn't seek help. That thing, that mentality, oh, you're strong, you need to be strong, oh, move on, oh, don't think about it, oh, you're overthinking, and you need to be brave. So, I had that kind of a mentality, but now I don't anymore. I mean, yes, you need to be brave, but also you need to seek help when you need help and not just indulge in self harm. Yeah. So over to Chakriya.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Shelly, for sharing. So for me, it's not very easy for me, especially as a youth. Actually, my life has completely changed since I think my life is a bit changed since at the beginning of March, when when the situation of the COVID-19 after COVID-19, that time it is the worst time. There are many infections around the world, right? So at that time my school was closed and I have to move from Phnom Penh to my hometown, and for the studying it have to move from offline to online. So I have to I have to adapt myself with the new situation. So at that time it was the worst time for me. I have to stay in my room the whole day. Actually, I am also a student that really doesn't like taking online class, and day by day I was so bored and I was so stressed. But luckily at that time, I have joined in many voluntary work, working from home. Like I started to translate. I volunteer as a translation. I also have the MOVA program to translate the toolkit about sustainable development goal and social entrepreneurship. And I spend my time in my room to translate. And at the time, I was so happy, not just happy to translate the toolkit. I also to being a volunteer and translate the book for the kid. And at that time, my you know, at the time I remember that they give me two books to translate in 3 days. So it is a bit challenging for me because it is my first time that I have to translate two books in 3 days. And actually, the best moment in my life it starts from that time. I can see that however I stay at home, but I can also do voluntary work. I can also work from home. I can also have people, and I have I felt like I have energy again. And then I also started to join in Explorer to Mover Fellowship program that prepared by Mover program. And every week we have great discussion with our fellow mover from many different country, and we also have assignment every week. And I know many or some people from many different country, and I feel like wow, I'm so surprised, I'm so happy. My life changed from just staying at home, feel so depressed, feel so stressed, changed to be happy again. And know many or some people, and I also practice my English speaking every day with them as well. However, I delay my English class because I didn't really like taking English class, but I can practice with my fellow mover. I was so happy at that time. And next is that my organization, our agent organization, we conduct many webinar, and me and my teammate, we at the time we work together, we work from home to have many webinar to have our youth and to support their study during the COVID-19. So at the time I feel like, oh my god, I have many people a lot. However I stay in home. So this is the way that I have myself to survive from this COVID-19. And one more thing, actually we know that this time everything is still in COVID-19 situation. So what I can do is that me and my team from Asian Youth Organization Cambodia and other youth from my country, we gather each other and we started to have collecting book project to have the kid in the countryside. And you know, right now we collect many books and we plan to um, um, launch our library in 20 September. So this is our achievement. However, we stay at home, but we can work from home. We can work together. We can connect with our youth together to make impact for our society. So I think it is the great thing in my life during this time. Remember that the bad things happen, the good things also happen. So this is what I have learned from this COVID-19 and what have me to survive happily. So thank you, everyone.
Wow.
Your one is really inspiring, Chakriya. I must say, I was feeling so energy in your words. Actually.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Chakriya. I think your energy is always so contagious. I always feel, even though we are two screens apart, but I can still feel the wave of energy coming to me. Really nice. I guess I will also share a little bit uh, what I've done during this COVID-19 lockdown. So one is, I guess for other people. So of course with Movers program, with Movers Fellowship, and I realized that um, something that can actually keep our positive energy ongoing is actually to give, to do something for other people. So something that, for example, we shop, we buy things ourselves, the happiness might be shorter than something that we did for other people. Like imagine when you volunteer in an NGO, that happiness lasts longer than you buy a new bag. right? So I guess that's the truth of what happened to me during COVID lockdown. Doing a movers workshop and giving other people a space to learn and share. So I guess that's really keep me, hanging there and connect with other people. But another thing I did for myself is that I make sure that I budget at least 15 minutes, 10 minutes, or half an hour for exercise every day. So, and the exercise I did, is just like HIIT, some cardio, jumping, and stuff. It doesn't require a very, very big space. If you can walk from, 5 steps in your room, then you have enough space to do this. So I told myself, this is my time. I'm not giving it to other people. I need to take care of myself. I need to have this 10 minutes every day to myself. It's kind of sending a message to my brain that, I'm taking actions to take care of you. It's a way to convince our brain that we are, practicing self-love, self-care every day. So I think that's very, very important. So Lamia, do you want to share again yours?
I want to add some along with my previous experience I have shared. Previously, I have shared. I lost my job due to this pandemic. That was pathetic part. Okay, so I was totally broken. What to do? My sleep schedule was totally messed up. I used to wake up at night and I used to sleep all day long. I was having panic attacks due to some unavoidable issues that has arisen in my mind by that time, because when you have nothing to do you stress a lot. So that happened with me. I started to cry while eating. I started to cry at midnight. What's happening with me? I was feeling so broken inside, and due to some reasons I couldn't even share. Like, I am actually introvert person. I'm really an introvert person up to some context, not always. So I used to think, should I share with my mom? No. Should I share with my father? No. Whom to say? How to express your feeling? By that time, I get introduced with Movers program. Then I started organizing Movers workshop as well. And then I was feeling energy into myself. I mentioned that I could see the change in myself when I look into the mirror. So with little confidence, I started doing a project by myself. This is just a simple project that there is a slum in my community. Okay, there are around 10 to 11 children who used to play in the street. They actually play in the street, which is not safe during this lockdown. So one day I called them and I asked, how you guys are studying? Are you going to school? No. So what you guys are doing? So they were like, we are just playing. This is so fun to play all the day long here in the street and all. So then what I did, I offered them, let's start studying along with playing. We will play all together and we will learn too. So they are 9 in numbers who agreed, and now for almost 2 months, I am teaching them their basic education, their curriculum syllabus. I'm trying to cover their syllabus and trying to teach them those things. In our garage, there is a lot of space, so I took few person, I cleaned the space. I asked them to come over there in every evening. I came back from office, then I sit with them over there. We play. While playing, we learn, we study. I give them chocolate, so they come back next day. And when they come on next day, they bring flower for me. They bring paper craft for me, and this is really something nice. That I started with depression. Uh, then, with the passage of time, I understand that this is not going to help me actually. If I want to help, I need to work on it. So then I started working on Movers program, and trust me, this is actually a blessing for me. I mentioned this several times because While organizing movers workshop, I have experienced that my words matter. When I'm saying that this is really something important and you can also be a part of it, people are taking my words seriously. They're trying to work on it. After completing a session, they are asking me how to join movers community. I want to bring this workshop in my community. These words touch me. I started feeling more energetic, more and more energetic day by day. So then I joined Ant Foundation as a project coordinator of Vidyananda project, where we uh, provide educational help in online to all those children who are running behind from educational support. They are students from underprivileged category, from Muslim school, and a lot of category there are. We provide education to them on online. Their tutor or organize online session. We go on live and we teach them what they want to learn. Basically, we teach them basic grammar, English learning, English speaking. So I get involved into four different organizations during this COVID-19, and I got response over response, and then I started teaching these 9 children. They're really so much energetic, more than me, I guess, more than anyone I have met yet. So yeah, this is how I survived my quarantine, and now things are getting better, not completely better in Bangladesh. Things are worse in few cities yet, in few areas yet, but still we have a hope that we will overcome this someday. And I'm just trying to keep this hope alive into myself so that I don't get that feeling back again that I'm broken, I'm not able to do anything. I don't want to lose this confidence anymore. So now I feel that I have learned a lot. I have learned a lot, and this COVID-19, this pandemic time has given a lot to me. I'm really grateful to all the thing happened in last 5 months in my life. That's all from my side, and I'm happy. I'm not complaining. I'm really happy that these things happen, because if things were not like this, I would have never understand how life can be, how much difficult it can be. So yeah, that's all from my side.
Great. Thank you so much, Lamea. Very, very inspiring. Amazing to learn that, once you start to reach out, we start to take actions, things start just coming to you, and all the positive impact you're bringing to other people is actually a mutual benefits, right? While you are giving to others, they also give you a happiness. Very similar to stories Shelly mentioned. Really want to acknowledge that that you are being very, very honest with your feeling, that you are speaking up and speaking out about the challenges and everything. And I think that a lot of people are facing the similar situations, and it's just not a lot of people. We're all living in our tiny room, and we thought that we are the only one that's suffering from the loneliness, this depression, but it's not. We are all in this together. So it's very important to connect with each other. So before we move on to the one final question and wrap up our conversation, I just want to make a quick announcement. So we are going to make a movers workshop for young people in these regions, particularly for whoever you are in part of this conversation. So our colleagues will post the link for the registration very soon in the Facebook chat comment area, and also in a Zoom chat area. So with that link, you can register and participate the movers workshop at the end of this month. So make sure that you do that before leaving this conversation. And we are going to wrap up our conversation with one final question. And I know that many of you are also answering questions from the panelists just now in the Facebook chat area. Please continue to do that. So the last question I want to ask to the panels here, and while they are answering their questions, I want whoever is listening, please leave your comment. What who inspires you the most, and or what is your biggest takeaway? What did you learn from this conversation the whole time? Please leave that in the comments. And the one final question I would give to each of the panelists is that if there's something that you can tell yourself, your 18-year-old self, regardless how many years ago, for me it's like almost 10 years ago, what would you tell your 18-year-old
Yeah.
self? What advice you would give? Okay, I think Shirley is like, I can't wait to share it. So why don't you start first?
No, I was saying me too, almost 10 years old.
Almost 10
Okay.
years.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
So, yeah. Um, it's not funny. It could be a little weird maybe for some people, but it's true, and it's the most important advice that I would want to give my 18-year-old self. That no form of abuse in any form is not an aspect of love at all. And when you have when the abuse is happening, uh, when you have proof of it, take action, make that complaint, get out of that zone of that blind love. And abusers need to be behind bars, not anywhere else. So don't take abuse in the name of love. Practice self-love. You're important. You need to be loved. You deserve love, and you don't deserve abuse at all. Yeah, that's what I would want to tell my 18-year-old self.
Thank you so much, Shelly. Why don't you choose the next person?
Chakriya?
Thank you, sister, for choosing me. Yes, so for me, my tip is that I want to say that no matter how old are you, I think I am the youngest, right? So no matter how old are you, where you come from, how much you experience, how much time you cry, but you are a youth that I but you are a powerful youth that you can make good impact for our society and inspire other people, and just believe in yourself and try to push yourself to experience as much as you can, and one day you will reach your destination. Yes, thank you.
All right. Who should we go for next, Chakriya?
I choose Sister Kate.
Okay. Hi, Mia again. So if I can say something to my like 18-year-old self, all I want to say to her is do not be afraid of making mistakes and seize every opportunities. Because I have missed some good opportunities because I have always want things to be perfect, and I would even doubt about myself sometimes, even now. But the perfect scenarios does not exist every time, and I knew it, but I'd rather choose not to start rather than dealing with the imperfections, which is a terrible mindset, I think. So I'm saying this to my 18-year-old self, as well as the audience who are around 18. Just pull up your guts and try things that you think that are good for you, and just be ready to take challenges and solve problems that coming with it, and just do not be afraid of anything. Okay, next go to Lameya.
I'm the only one left, I guess. Okay, thank you, Kate. So, if I get the chance to say something to 18 years old Lamia, then I will say you are beautiful, you are good, you should allow yourself to do whatever you want, you wish for. There is no perfect time, there is no perfect moment, there is no perfect thing to start over, to help yourself, to love yourself. Love yourself, explore yourself, know yourself, and yeah, make mistakes, because your mistakes will make you more strong and will help you with a lot of experience in your life, which will help you in long run, because sooner or later better days are yet to come, and they will come eventually if you be in your place, if you know which one you want, what you want to do in your life. Just stick over there, just stick on that point. Better days are yet to come. Things will be fine soon. That's all
Right.
from me.
Thank you so much. They are all amazing message, and I guess that's a very wonderful, beautiful wrap up for our almost 90 minutes panel discussion. So before you go, we just want to emphasize that we have another movers workshop coming up at the end of this month. Specifically 26th of August. So please sign up and register through the link that our colleagues share in either in the Zoom or in the Facebook Live comment section. So I guess that's all for today's panel. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that you learned something and you inspired by all these amazing panelists today, and you know something that you can start to take actions from tomorrow. And don't forget important message from all of them, that reach out to and ask for help, and also be brave, see the potentials of yourself, take actions, and yeah, I guess I hope that we will see you all in our movers program. So
I want to say something, Lynn.
okay, all right,
I'm
Okay,
here to
so
support you.